A very good evening from wherever you're watching as from. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, the Kenya Kwanza government has debuted its first budget, an ambitious 3.6 trillion shillings. The budget, which begins on July 1st to June 30th next year, is expected to establish President William Ruto's bottom-up economic model amid a tough economic setting, clouded with high cost of living and pressure to repay other maturing debts. We're talking the budget tonight and so much more lined up for you. I'll be having my very able panelist in studio in just a short while. But before that, here are our other top stories. Tonight on Lookup News, traders who deal with the imports of sugar and fish to be heavily taxed, with the health and education sectors gaining big in the 2023-2024 budget. Azimio MPs walk out right before the budget reading by Treasury CS Njuguna Ndung'u.
Sasa hiyo budget imekuwa juu sana.
Sijaona kile kitu ambacho kinaweza kunifaa kama mwananchi wa kawaida.
And Kenyans raise concern over the high cost of living as Ruto's 3.6 trillion budget is read by Treasury CS. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. The hashtag is Lookup News. I am Nancy Nelima, and our sign language interpreter for tonight is Angel Lois. Do stay with us, and you can also catch this live stream across all our social media platforms at Lookuptv on Twitter, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. Let's begin. Unemployed teachers, the youth who want to join the police force, farmers and contractors whose money is stuck in unpaid debts are some of the big winners in President William Ruto's 3.6 trillion budget. Finance CS Njuguna Ndung'u, during the reading of the 2023-2024 budget in the National Assembly, allocated a whopping 630 billion to the education sector, which is 27.4% of the total budget. Audrey Cherotich with our report.
Budget of the Kenya Kwanza administration under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya.
In the 2023-2024 budget reading by the Finance CS Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, President William Ruto ensured that education is given a priority, a sign that his government is looking to develop and complete education projects. Topping the list in the budget, the education sector received 630 billion shillings from 544 billion last year. These funds will go to different parts, including JSS Learning, which received 25 billion from 15 billion last year. The university students receive a double bill, receiving 30 billion from 15 billion in the Higher Education Loans Board basket. And students who are on the work training exercise, better known as internship, will also benefit after the budget allocation saw an increase in internship positions in the public service sector rise to 8,000 from 4,000 positions. The Ministry of Roads and Construction receiving a huge allotment of 250 billion in order to finish started construction projects. Government Health Services and its importance in society has received 141 billion, while the funds allocated to pay oil loan debts is 25 billion. 10 billion shillings more as it is expected to help expand the businesses of the ever-enterprising Kenyans. The farmers were also not left out, receiving 5 billion to help them buy fertilizer that will help in food production in the country. Audrey Cherotich, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Audrey. Now, as he tabled the 2023-2024 financial year budget in the National Assembly, CS National Treasury Njuguna Ndung'u noted that the consumption of alcohol, betting, gaming and lottery or prize competition were extremely addictive, hence proposing an introduction of an excise duty rate of 15% of the excisable value fee charged on advertisement of alcohol and betting to discourage consumption of sugar, which the CS attributed to the rise in cases of ailments like diabetes. The CS proposed the introduction of excise duty on imported sugar at a rate of 5 shillings per kg, excluding sugar imported or purchased locally. Imported iron and steel products will also continue attracting a duty rate of 35%, with the corresponding specific rates for a further 1 year for Kenya. And still on that budget, widening rift between the lawmakers allied to the Kenya Kwanza government and the opposition members of parliament was witnessed today on the floor of the House. The opposition lawmakers staged a walk out of parliament as Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u arrived to present the 2023-2024 budget highlights. The aggrieved lawmakers have attributed this move to their continued objection to the budget, calling it punitive. Their walk out of parliament, however, did not stop the budget process, which was characterized by tradition, pomp and color, as our reporter Henry Tende now files.
And to the people of the Republic of Kenya,
as it was witnessed yesterday during the second reading of the budget in the National Assembly, Kenya Kwanza lawmakers and opposition lawmakers remain sharply divided over the 2023-2024 budget.
Order, members.
Such differences played out today as opposition MPs walked out of parliament as Cabinet Secretary for Treasury Njuguna Ndung'u made way into the chamber to table the budget highlights. The opposition MPs saying they do not want to be part of a budget process they vehemently oppose. They have additionally castigated the budget as one that has allegedly ignored serious concerns from a large number of Kenyans, a budget they say will severely hurt the common Kenyans. Despite the walkout, the business of the day went on as planned. Earlier in the day, it was a beehive of activities at the Treasury building in readiness for this year's. This beautiful choir leading in sweet national tunes. As it has become the norm, at around 2:30 Thursday afternoon, CS Njuguna Ndung'u made his way out of this door carrying the 2023-2024 budget in this briefcase, ready for Parliament building.
Go ahead.
The journey to Parliament then began. Slowly, the procession proceeded towards the National Assembly under tight security and in full glare of the media. His entourage arrived at Parliament building roughly 10 minutes later. CS Njuguna Ndung'u holding firm on the briefcase, a briefcase that carries the plan for Kenya Kwanza government under President William Ruto. It was a colorful procession that highlighted the preparation of the budget for the financial year 2023-2024, a budget that many Kenyans will be hoping will help President William Ruto deliver on his pre-election promises and better the living conditions of Kenyans. Henry Tende, Lookuptv, National Parliament, Nairobi.
And moving on, the 3.7 trillion shilling budget was tabled today in Parliament by Treasury CS, and Kenyans, however, are conflicted on whether it is a plus or negative for most of them, decrying an increase in taxes as a major blow to their livelihoods.
Supporting Mama Mboga were the words used by President William Ruto to indicate how his bottom-up economic agenda will empower the average citizen. And with the Kenya Kwanza maiden budget out, we engage with Rose, a woman who has been in this business for over 5 years, giving us a picture of how her business was before and the weight she currently carries to sustain it.
Unachukua mzigo, bei ilikuwa tofauti, lakini sasa saa hii vitu zimekuwa juu sana. Faida ambayo yenye nilikuwa napata kitambo, si saa hii napata. Umeleta hii mboga saa zingine unaweza shinda na the whole day. Ujauza kitu. Bila umechukulia town ikikuja hapa, ukipimia mtu mboga, mtu anataka mboga umpimie mboga 20. Na saa hii mboga 20 hakuna.
Rose explains that currently her 3 children are at home due to lack of school fees, which saddens her as she has raised them through this business that she is now planning to shut down due to the rise in cost of living. Kiriro, a boda rider, regretfully shares his 9-year journey in this business and how it continues to deteriorate every day due to increased fuel prices.
Nilikuwa napeleka familia yangu wakati nilikuwa nani kitabu, wakati mafuta ilikuwa chini. Sasa siwezi. Ilikuwa 90 to 100. Na tulikuwa tunaana almost even 2000 per day. But now penye iko na venye hata pikipiki zimekuwa mingi na mafuta yamepanda, hata kufikisha hata 800 kwa siku ni gumu.
Hiking of fair prices is of no benefit to him as he appears to have an idea for another business even after the reduction of fuel prices by 1 shilling. And in this year's budget, there is an increase in VAT on petroleum products, eventually leading to the high cost of living.
Juu ikipanda, seriously we are affected juu confuse customer aongeze pesa yenye analipaga vigumu sana. Sasa tunaendelea kufinyika sana, hata itabidi sasa tufikirie vile badilisha biashara.
Maize selling business suffers the same, as explained by Shem, who has been doing it for 9 years now, and for the first time he is unable to sustain himself through this business.
Hii mahindi ikiwa juu hautaweza kumanage juu customer hata wakikuja kununua wengi wanataka wakatie kuanzia 10. Ukiambia mtu nakata kuanzia 20 hawezi nunua, wengi wanataka kuanzia 10.
This business vendor suffers the same fate of the rise in prices of commodities. The products have increased by 50 shillings, and now the business he used to take pride in is making losses.
Ukienda hata kampuni za Smokies, because I have all the products. Smokies pia wameongeza the same products. Smoky tulikuwa tunanunua kwa mfano Smoky moja, like not packet moja, that one kwa nanunua na 360. Size ni 420.
With the budget having little to no consideration in reduction of cost of living, his hopes are now hanging in the balance.
Up to now, things we are living from month to month, let me say so, because we have families also, na lazima wakule pia.
Abraham Kirwa, who has traveled all the way from Eldoret to Kawangware, is among the other business people who have narrated to us the situation of their business since they started till now and what they expect after the reading of the 2023-2024 budget today. Weri Mukimani, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
And away from that, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has called upon the aviation industry to adapt strategies in order to diversify their revenue sources. Speaking when he officially opened the Africa Real Estate Workshop in Nairobi, the second-in-command emphasized the need to be more innovative and help improve the sector that was hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Speaking on the sidelines of the event, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua expressed concerns that the instability and decline in revenue generation in the aviation industry is due to the high cost of fuel.
This meeting on diversification of revenue sources also takes place at a time that the aviation industry in Africa has been flying into turbulence over the last decade. In the past 3 years, for instance, the industry on the continent has registered more than $3.5 billion losses. One of the main reasons is the high cost of fuel, leading to instability and unpredictability. Some of these market forces are beyond the control of the aviation industry. For instance, the COVID-19 pandemic almost shut down the aviation industry, and even here our own Kenya Airways was no exception, and the aviation industry is still seeking to recover from the effects of COVID-19, which was a natural calamity beyond the control of the industry. This therefore means that airlines will continue to sink further into losses unless they explore innovative alternatives to complement the carrier revenue sources.
Additionally, the DP lauded the aviation industry as a critical sector of the economy, while also encouraging the industry's involvement in the real estate, which is in line with the government's housing plan.
Acknowledge and appreciate Aviadev Real Estate for this key initiative of connecting stakeholders of Africa airports to investors and technical experts. It is my hope that this workshop will come up with solid and innovative real estate long-term strategies that will contribute to stabilizing the aviation industry in Africa. This will spur fast, reliable and efficient connectivity across the continent.
Gachagua also noted that the Kenya Kwanza government was ready to provide the best platform and environment for investors and aviation development.
I assure you that you have the right environment to invest here. I want to assure you that what you are trying to do here today is aligned with our election manifesto, the Kenya Kwanza plan of creating more houses for the urban dwellers.
Juliet Chepkoech, Look Up TV.
And we are taking a very short break here on the program. But remember, tonight we are analyzing the budget 2023-2024 with my very able panelist here in studio. That will be coming right after the break. Don't go too far.
Mizizi Africa Homes is Kenya's fastest growing property development company. We offer home and investment solutions that are cost effective and of the highest quality. If you are an aspiring homeowner, look no further than Mizizi Africa Homes for the best competitive rates in town. Introducing our new project at Bustani ya Mizizi in Malindi, a prime property with close proximity to Malindi Town, Sandy Beach, international hotels and airport, private, public schools and hospitals, commercial area and police stations, fertile land, well drained with a perimeter fence all round, sufficient borehole and county water, electricity and man-made water harvesting dams for farming and fishing. Retire mapema bila pressure and grab yours today. An 8th acre at only 99k with ready title deeds. For installment payment, deposit 50%, balance in 6 months installment. Financing option available. Bustani ya Mizizi in Malindi. Mapema ndio best. For more information, contact us on 020-790-2215 or WhatsApp us on 0742-112-215, www.miziziafricahomes.com and email info@miziziafricahomes.com. Our offices are at Westlands, Watamu Court, Room 3, opposite Sarit Center. Mizizi Africa Homes, together building a solid foundation.
Usiwahi cheza na mboga yangu. Na unafuata nani? Usikuone ukinifuata. Nimekwambia una shares kwa hii kuku.
Nikaruka man. Hebu kwanza rudi ndani ufresh hiyo chona make sure umespray.
Juli kwani wewe? Hii tumbo yako mimi najua inaweza ingiza kila kitu. Hata chuma nikishiaga nikupea hata plastic najua utakula. Kwani leo kunaendaje? Kuna kitu sielewi.
Kabisa Mluya. Yaani umeamua kulala uchi.
Sasa kama hakuna ile nguo inanitosha unataka nifanye aje?
Because you are fat.
Sasa ukiongelea mimi ati fat. Na Julie tutasemaje?
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Hi, and welcome to Tujenge Home. Your number one show when it comes to all things architecture, real estate, property development, interior design. You get it right here on Tujenge Home. When the food is ready.
You want to serve them?
Dinner is served. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Lookuptv. The hashtag is LookUpNews. Nancy Nalima here and Angel Lois on the sign language interpretation. Let's continue. Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino has told the court that he has spent 58.6 million shillings in medical expenses catering for Felix Orinda, popularly known as DJ Evolve. Babu was accused of shooting the DJ at a Nairobi club in 2020. The legislator appeared in court after he was found to have a case to answer over misuse of a firearm. He told the trial magistrate Bernard Ochoi that he bought a 17 million shillings apartment for the DJ in Kilimani, where he currently resides.
Made the same day. I sent my wife to, because they had my ATM already, and they called because I took.
Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino has today appeared in court to defend himself after a court found him to have a case to answer over misuse of a firearm. Babu told the court that he has spent 58.6 million in treating DJ Evolve, further adding that he has bought an apartment in Kilimani and plans to open a DJ academy for the DJ.
The review so far is 58.6 million, Your Honor. I still have other dreams. 58.6 million.
I believe that is the exclusive of even this month. For the 37 months.
Yeah. Your Honor, I'm still planning to buy him a motor vehicle for his mobility, to set up a DJ's academy for him, so that at least now that I left the life of the club, he can also successfully live the life of a club and earn a decent living.
Babu is said to have shot the DJ in a club in 2020 after an altercation. In 2021, the prosecution dropped attempted murder charges against Babu. However, the MP was found to have a case to answer. David Alex, Lookuptv.
And in the coast region, Interior CS Kithure Kindiki today commenced his visit to Lamu County to address security issues. He also held meetings with various county security committees to discuss border crime, which has escalated and become a major concern in the county.
Speaking in the Witu sub-county of Lamu West, Interior CS Kithure Kindiki stated that the national government will fight fiercely against terrorists who have destabilized security in the country.
Mara nyingi anaumiza maofisa wetu wa usalama, saa zingine anaumiza wananchi. Mimi nataka niseme ya kwamba serikali hii ya William Ruto akiwa rais wetu imeamua vita vya milele dhidi ya magaidi na watu ambao wanaharibu amani na usalama wa nchi yetu.
Similarly, Kindiki encouraged citizens to be united in order to fight against terrorists.
Hao magaidi tumewaamulia. We have decided. Tutawaangamiza wote one by one. Ile tu kitu naomba ni moja, wananchi, naomba tumalize shida zetu baina zetu hapa, tuwe na umoja wetu kama jamii ya hapa, kwa sababu wakati hakuna mgawanyiko katika jamii hapa, adui hataona mahali ya kujificha.
He urged citizens to adhere to the relevant government laws and avoid taking the law into their own hands, especially against innocent officials.
Ningetaka pia tuwe watu wa kufuata sheria ya nchi yetu na katiba yetu. Wakati kuna shida, nimeona sehemu zingine, sio hapa, wananchi wanapatwa na ghadhabu. Kama kuna ofisa amefanya makosa, awe ni OCS ama awe ni ofisa mwingine, alafu tunachukua sheria mikononi mwetu, tunaanza kuvuruga amani, tunafuga mabarabara ambayo ni uchukuzi wa umma, watu ambao hawana hatia na hawajui nini imefanyika, mnawafungia barabara, mnatupa mawe, wengine hata wanaharibu maduka ya watu ambao hawana hatia. Hii Kenya tukiendelea hivi tutaharibu nchi.
Lydia Mweri, Lookuptv.
Now, President William Ruto has challenged the International Labour Organization to expand its dialogue to include the unemployed. Making his remarks on Thursday during the International Labour Organization's World of Work Summit in Geneva, Switzerland, the Edo State say the ILO system has been centered to suit workers, yet labour rights also affect the unemployed.
Convening at the International Labour Organization's World of Work Summit in Geneva, Switzerland, President Ruto said it was very concerning that Africa has recorded the highest unemployment rates in the world, with many countries reporting between a quarter and a third of their populations as jobless.
The ILO system is worker-oriented in that it primarily represents workers' interests. Yet, labor rights are affected by both employment and unemployment. It should concern us very deeply that unemployment rates in Africa are some of the world's highest, with many countries reporting between a quarter and a third of their populations not engaged in secure, productive employment. As we speak about matters pertaining to work, we must also speak about the millions of jobless people whose voices cannot be heard at a conference like this.
Elsewhere, the Embu Law Court has embarked on public sensitization exercise to embrace court-annexed mediation that has seen the Law Court save 1.8 billion Kenyan shillings through adjudication of cases since its inception at Embu Law Courts in 2019.
Court-annexed mediation was rolled out in Embu Law Courts in 2019, and all along the years we have been resolving cases. This year alone, we have referred over 200 matters, and from the start, I can talk about the economic benefits. We are saving up to 1.8 billion in terms of cases referred to court-annexed mediation.
Finally, in Narok County, Chairperson of Advocates Complaints Commission Moses Cheboi and 6 other lawyers have noted unlawful withholding of clients' cash from insurance companies by most advocates in Narok as one of the key challenges in the area.
Be here for most of the day and probably tomorrow. Basically doing our work, which is listening to complaints by the citizens against advocates. We have a few here in Narok, so we have come to deal with them. Now, the way we deal with them is mostly trying to bring the parties together through an alternative resolution. We call it ADR, alternative dispute mechanism, that is meant to we try and reconcile, because that's part of our mandate. When we fail, when we progress, we then progress to prosecuting the errant advocates with the disciplinary tribunal of the LSK.
Innocent Ogaro, Lookuptv.
Let's now get sporty. Kenya continued with super performance in Day 4 of the Jean Bailey Tennis Cup at Nairobi Tennis Court. Wimbledon junior Angela Okutoyi